Alright, so let's dig a little deeper into modes. Over here we have an overview of all available modes within the C major scale, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we are an octave higher than the first one. So I'm quickly playing them out, and then we are going to talk a little bit about them. Okay, now first mode is the Ionian mode. This is the C major mode. It's a major mode. You can actually also see that down here if you take a look at the major third down here. So in between the first and the third scale degree we have 3 semitones, a major third. And if you take a look at the second mode here, the D Dorian, the one we discussed in the video before, that one has a minor third, so we are only 2 semitones in between the first degree of this mode and the third one. So this is a minor mode, and it has a sort of mysterious character, whereas the major mode, the C major mode, the Ionian one down here, that one has a rather positive, happy kind of feeling. And let's go to the next one up here. And that one starts at E. So it's an E mode. And in this case, it's called E Phrygian. And that one is also a minor mode because it has this small minor third here. You can see it starts with the same pattern as this one. And then you have the fifth up here. That structure remains the same. So the distance from the tonic to the fifth is 7 semitones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the distance. And in between we have 6 semitones. And you can see that here between this tonic and the fifth again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 semitones in between. So a minor third and then the usual fifth up here. And the Phrygian mode is a rather exotic, gypsy kind of Spanish mode. Also, a little bit later in this video, we are going to play all these modes one by one with a little bit of details and zoomed in a bit more. We're just going to work with this overview here in the beginning part and discuss a little bit the differences and similarities between these modes. And here in the fourth position we have a major mode. It's called the F Lydian mode. It starts with F in this case, and it's a rather hopeful, innocent, spacey kind of mode. And we're starting with a major third here, just as in the C major one down here. We're starting with a major third and we have our fifth up here. Or in other words, we have a major third here, followed by a minor third up here. And again, almost the same structure here. Next to this one, we have another major third, and then followed by a minor third. And that one is our Mixolydian mode. It's also a major mode, and it's in this case the G Mixolydian mode. And that one is a very funky or folky kind of mode. Let's play them one after another. That was the Lydian, and this is the Mixolydian. Okay, and the next one next to this one is the so-called Aeolian mode. It's a minor mode, and in this case it's the Aeolian minor mode. So inside of these 7 diatonic modes here we have our A minor just lying within the mode system, just as our C major is also just lying within this mode system. And the last one here in these 7 diatonic modes is our Locrian mode, or the devil mode. And that one has a specific character because it doesn't really have this fifth in here. So So this pattern is kind of missing here when I'm clicking. So if we go from the first to the fifth scale degree here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And between those two, we only have 5 semitones. So this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So something's wrong here. Our fifth is kind of missing because that one would actually be here in our F sharp. And you might remember that from our video where we were talking about how to build triads, how to build fifths, and how to build chords in general. And our last chord in the C major scale was the diminished chord. That one also doesn't really have a real fifth. The Locrian scale here, the diminished one, it's kind of an ear twister. It sounds very dark and a lot more unresolved. Alright, and the last one is our C major again up here. So the Ionian one. If you're scratching your head right now and you're like, okay, what are all these modes about? So don't worry about that. It's going to make more sense a little bit later when we're actually going to make use of these modes and how we can affect the emotion or the mood within melodies and within harmonic structures. Alright, so right now we are going to have detailed playbacks for every single one of these modes after one another, and we are also going to put in a little bit more information for every mode and how it could be used. And also we're going to put in a little bit of information about the characteristics of the modes. And when you listen to it, don't worry if you're not grasping the characteristic right away. Later when we are providing song examples and melodic examples, it will probably be even easier to hear that characteristic.